So let me talk about the past. So in the past position, we do have the Nine of Cups as well as the Six of Wands. The Nine of Cups basically indicates to me a situation where a lot of you might have dated around quite a bit without having anybody serious in mind. Okay. I do feel that, a lot of you were kind of I'm feeling that some of you were, you're like in a very good position financially. You make a lot of money. And I feel that you might have a lot of suitors in your midst. And I feel that for many of you, what I'm sensing is that they're saying like dating below you. That, and they're, whoever you love, whoever you like these things are, people have different criteria for, what makes a good partner. But what they're saying is, I do feel that a lot of you were going around dating people that you had no serious like inclinations for. I feel like you were trying to fill up the time. You were trying to just have something to do. Okay. It's not a good or a bad thing, and it's not a judgment call, but I feel that you were making the rounds, doing the dating life, and living the single life as well. But no one really like stood out for you. And I feel that you were surrounded by people that you felt wouldn't be good relationships partner for you to begin with. So you just wanted to have fun. And I feel like that's what they meant by dating below you, where, you're looking at somebody and you're just like, never in a million years would I, want to date this person or like see them exclusively. But you're just having fun, and you were just going through the rounds and to, just have fun and live the single life. So I feel like that was what was happening for a lot of you. What I do feel as well is, I feel a lot of you, especially if you are like if you were making a lot of money, I feel a lot of money flowing out very, very quickly, like large quantities of money being spent very recklessly. Okay. And this is mainly to bolster a public image, to project a certain image, a persona of yourself, in order to impress somebody, or in order to catch up to the standard of spending of the people that you hang out with in a social setting. So this is an energy that is very wasteful. It is also very extravagant. And I feel that for many of you, this type of lifestyle is finally catching up to you, where you're looking back and you're just like, wow, I dated these people that weren't really good for me. Or, I spent a lot of money on people that were not that were not deserving of it, or I spent a lot of emotions in relationships that were not right for me. So I feel like you're going through this period of examination, because in the past, I feel like, especially for Aries men in general, I feel that, you were attracting people who were very materialistic, very materialistic. They might have liked your public image. They might have liked the fact that you're a big spender. And I feel that you were attracting the wrong type of people in your life, love interest, and you were portraying yourself in a way that was not conducive for finding somebody who is authentic and true to you. Okay. And then I feel like women, Aries women, you were dating around quite a bit. And I feel like in the process of dating, though, I feel that you came across somebody that had a very, very big ego. And I feel that, a lot of you were very captivated by this person. And I'm sensing that it could be like another fire sign or a water sign. So this is Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. I am hesitant to say water sign, mainly because I don't feel most water signs are very like their energy is very shy. It's a little bit more subdued. So I feel like you might have, a lot of you men, if you're dating women, I feel that you're interested in a water sign. And then for others of you who are women, Aries women, dating men, I feel like you might have been attracted to another fire sign. Okay. And so that's Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. Somebody who is like very, very brave, very courageous, traveled a lot, and who has like a little bit of a big ego. Which brings us to the present moment. We do have the Nine of Swords as well as the Six of Swords. Now, the Six of Swords is kind of like moving away from a situation that was not good for you and charting new territory, traveling into the unknown. And, this is a card about hope. This is a card about not knowing what's out there, but willing to explore. Okay. So this is a big card about taking risk as well. But this is not about, being risky with the past. It's more about moving forward. And we have the Nine of Swords, and the Nine of Swords indicates anxiety, worries, being in a situation where there's a lot of uncertainty and you're not really sure how to proceed, okay? So both of these cards are kind of like in oppositions with one another. And I do sense like for many of you, if you are involved with an air sign right now, at this moment that we're speaking, I do feel like a lot of you are at a crossroads, whether or not to end the relationship or whether or not to continue in the relationship. On the one hand, I feel like a lot of you have had a situation where you have hashed things out with an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. And then on the other hand, I feel like you're still trying to decide like, do I really still love this person? Do I really want to be with them still? On the one hand, they're putting in the effort and, things are going well right now, but what's in store for us in the future? So you're starting to think long term if you are involved currently with an air sign. And for those of you, and the air sign could be sun, moon, or rising. And then I feel as if a lot of you are hoping, that things are going to smooth itself out. Like if you've had a recent argument, I do sense that there's going to be a resolution. So don't make any rash decisions for this month, especially breaking up, moving away, and things like that. It's Mercury in retrograde. There will be misunderstandings when it comes to communication. But on the other hand, there will be like clarity if there has been like things that were hidden in relationships. Those things are coming to light as well. So it's a double-edged sword, but you want to be a little bit careful about making drastic decisions, okay? And I'm going to talk about the crowning energy. We have here the Empress, the three of, this is the Empress card. It's a number 3. And the number 3 usually indicates to me in creative endeavors as well as expansion. The Empress is a very, very fertile card. It indicates to me addition, people being added to the family, addition to the family. It indicates as well thoughts about, pregnancy, thoughts about family planning, thoughts about like wanting to take a relationship to the next level, or at least like wanting to give somebody a title or wanting somebody to give you a title. So this is usually indicating when, somebody agrees to see each other exclusively and then they become like boyfriend or girlfriend or fiance and things like that, or husband and wife. So taking the relationship to the next level. A lot of you, honestly, I feel that you are in a relationship with an air sign. You're thinking about pregnancy. You're thinking about family planning. And I feel like you might be at cross purposes with each other, how to proceed forward, okay? And then others of you, I do see an element of biological clock ticking. And a lot of you are thinking about like, like trying to find a partner where both of you have the same goals, because I feel like in the past you were dating somebody who made you feel really good, that you were very, very much emotionally invested in. But I feel like that relationship, there was a lot of superficial. I feel like it's a relationship where, you like the idea of the other person. You like to be seen together with the other person, but in terms of true compatibility, I don't think it was there. It might have been a relationship that was very fun, very exciting. The other person's very attractive. They know how to sweet talk to you and vice versa. But there wasn't like that emotional investment, and there wasn't enough like emotional depth in order for you to settle down with them long term and think about having a family. So I do see coming through for this month, a lot of you are involved with somebody that, either wants these things, like want to have a relationship, want to get married, want to have children, or a lot of you are thinking about this as you're dating somebody and you're trying to figure things out with another person. And so the foundation is something that we know to be true. And let me talk about the foundation before I talk about the outcome. We have here the Five of Swords, and the Five of Swords is a situation where we're kind of like walking away dejected, disappointed, and also very empty-handed. So I feel that a lot of you were in relationships in the past that were very fun, exciting, but it left you very empty at the end of the day. You can't really have that strong emotional connection, and I feel that you were dating somebody who had a very, very big ego, and there wasn't enough space for you in that relationship. And I feel that you're putting an end to a lot of relationships, like people that you're kind of marginally seeing but not serious with. I feel that a lot of you, you're letting them kind of like gradually leave your life. If they have been false and you haven't really been contacting them, I feel like they're kind of gradually dropping off, okay? We do have the Tower as well, and the Tower indicates to me things that were built on faulty foundations are quickly crumbling down. So people that, that you had fun with, but they didn't really pan out when it comes to long-term romantic prospects, I feel that they're going to be kind of like left behind in your life right now. We also have what's linked up here. I pulled out some cards for the Tower because it's a major arcana card. It usually indicates some type of instability, some type of revelation, some type of news that's coming through that's causing a lot of stress and strain. I do feel for some of you, you might hear about some health issues as it pertains to an ex boyfriend, girlfriend. And then others of you, I do feel there is some type of major argument coming through, especially if you're dealing with an air sign. I do see like talks about separation, talks about where we're going to be for the holidays, your house or my house. And then there's like third party, like from your respective ends, you might not agree on whether or not to move forward, have children, take the relationship to the next level. So there's a lot of instability if you are currently dealing with an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. And then others of you, there might be some news from the past as it pertains to some type of health issues, okay? So this is like diagnoses and, even like I'm feeling a health scare affecting one partner or the other, or affecting both partners. So I do feel something coming through like that, where you are being a little bit more responsible when it comes to self-protection, protecting yourself, protecting your partner, or even being a little bit more cautious about, sexual habits, which is good. It's always a good thing. So I do feel that, start it at the beginning of the month. Okay. So get checked up and everything. It's also linked up here with the Nine of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles is it's a self-employed type of situation in this deck when it comes to love, relationships, and things like that, linking up with everything else. I feel like a lot of you, honestly, might have been traveling a lot, or you were dealing with somebody where, your work or their work is interfering in the ability for you both to meet. So there is going to be some arguments and, harsh words thrown about. And I feel like accusations about, like, oh, you don't care about me. You're working all the time. So I do feel work finances and like work schedule, hours, and things like that interfering in a relationship, in interfering in your ability to connect with another person or to spend time with another person. A lot of you are either self-employed or you're dating somebody who is self-employed, and it's really difficult. You might live a distance away, and it's really difficult for you to come together. And when you actually have time to come together, somebody's either on call for work or they have unexpected visitors when it comes to the work environment. I do see disagreements about attending work functions together as a unit. So you might have your own functions, they might have their own functions, or they don't want to meet you on the professional front because they don't enjoy it. So I do see something about work interfering in a relationship. There might be arguments coming through, okay? So just be very careful and be very patient with one another this month. This Mercury retrograde is going to be quite heavy as well. So what's coming through in the what's coming in? We have the Seven of Wands, and the Seven of Wands is a situation where you are going to have to fight for the things that you really believe in. And I feel that a lot of you are going through, the dating environment, and you're going to have to root out, or at least weed out the people that are no longer serving, that can no longer give you what you want on an emotional level. So I feel like, it's like leaving behind driftwood, leaving behind dead weight, and sorting out your relationships to see who's actually real, to see what's actually important to you, okay? So this is a card about standing up for yourself. If you've been kind of like, I feel like a lot of you have been very supportive of another person. I feel like you prop them up, and then they might be right, like too busy for you at this point. And I feel like you're making some demands about what you want out of a relationship, how much time you're spending together and things like that. I don't see people physically breaking up. I do see arguments coming through. And then, they're saying to defend your values, defend your beliefs. And especially if you feel like you've been neglected, if you felt alone in the relationship, even though you're still with somebody, it's really important for you to try to defend what you feel is like rightfully owed to you as a relationship partner, because I feel a lot of you are putting so much of yourself into a relationship, and the other person might be temporarily like MIA, or they're taking you for granted, or they're not aware of everything that you're putting in, mainly because they're a little bit more self-centered. So I do sense that can go both ways. One person can be more, you can be the one that's a little bit more self-centered. So I do feel some balancing act is required for this month as it pertains to those of you who are in a serious relationship or in a marriage. Okay, work-life balance is really important. Compromising is also very, very important. And I do sense a lot of you might be involved with somebody who is living at a distance, and you're trying to navigate how to meet up, how to be together in this relationship. I feel that I feel a very strong Leo vibe as some of the partners that you're dealing with. Okay, some arguments coming through with Leos specifically, and then some arguments coming through with people who are air signs, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libras, that you are dating. If you are single for this month, I feel that there is very, very high potential for like getting swept off your feet. Okay, I do see a heavy air sign and a heavy fire sign coming through. So Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo, that those are coming through. And I do sense as well, at social functions, it's really important to be careful what you say. I do see some mishaps, some embarrassment at social functions. So, take it with a grain of salt. Don't dwell on it too much. But I do see that coming through as, as you're going out single and trying to date. Okay. But I don't feel that it's going to be major. It's not going to be like a deal breaker in any type of social engagement. Okay. So I do wish you all the best. Be very, very patient for this month. I do see the energy of this Mercury retrograde is going to be quite heavy already. So I just wish you all the best. Be patient with your partner and with other people that you're dealing with, okay?